at someone, don't care what it costs. No ray of sunlight's ever lost. So tired of sleeping alone, so tired of eating alone. I need to
Good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. This is Sophia.
And I'm Matt with your daily news.
Tonight is Panera night, so make sure you'll be there. This is for 6th grade. Even though you don't like Panera, there's friends and family there, so go ahead and be there.
Neon Day is tomorrow because your future is bright. Today is geeky because school is cool. And teachers, please don't just scold people for wearing ski hats.
Congratulations to Nabila for winning it into the state in math count. In math count this previous weekend.
FCS meets every Tuesday mornings, and Miss Lopez is soon, so make sure you show up.
Make sure to go take this one question survey. Thank you, Shelby, right here.
You can buy, the deadline for buying a yearbook is in 1 month, so make sure you buy them.
There's only 2 weeks till spring break, so make sure you have your work finished and make sure you're working hard. And now this.
Sometime in the early 1750s, a 22-year-old man named Benjamin Banneker sat industriously carving cogs and gears out of wood. He pieced the parts together to create the complex inner working of a striking clock that would, hopefully, chime every hour. All he had to help him was a pocket watch for inspiration and his own calculations. And yet, his careful engineering worked. Striking clocks had already been around for hundreds of years, but Banneker's may have been the first created in America, and it drew fascinated visitors from across the country. In a show of his brilliance, the clock continued to chime for the rest of Banneker's life. Born in 1731 to freed slaves on a farm in Baltimore, Maryland, from his earliest days, the young Banneker was obsessed with math and science, and his appetite for knowledge only grew as he taught himself astronomy, mathematics, engineering, and the study of the natural world. As an adult, he used astronomy to accurately predict lunar and solar events, like the solar eclipse of 1789, and even applied his mathematical skills to land use planning. These talents caught the eye of a local Baltimore businessman, Andrew Ellicott, who was also the Surveyor General of the United States. Recognizing Banneker's skills in 1791, Ellicott appointed him as an assistant to work on a prestigious new project, planning the layout of the nation's capital. Meanwhile, Banneker turned his brilliant mind to farming. He used his scientific expertise to pioneer new agricultural methods on his family's tobacco farm. His fascination with the natural world also led to a study on the plague life cycle of locusts. Then in 1792, Banneker began publishing almanacs. These provided detailed annual information on moon and sun cycles, weather forecasts, and planting and tidal timetables. Banneker sent a handwritten copy of his first almanac to Virginia's Secretary of State, Thomas Jefferson. This was a decade before Jefferson became president. Banneker included a letter imploring Jefferson to embrace every opportunity to eradicate that train of absurd and false ideas and opinions that caused prejudice against Black people. Jefferson read the almanac and wrote back in praise of Banneker's work. Banneker's correspondence with the future president is now considered to be one of the first documented examples of a civil rights protest letter in America. For the rest of his life, he fought for this cause, sharing his opposition to slavery through his writing. In 1806, at the age of 75, Banneker died after a lifetime of study and activism. On the day of his funeral, his house mysteriously burned down, and the majority of his life's work, including his striking clock, was destroyed. but still, his legacy lives on.
Hey, to review, it's Domingo with your daily forecast. Today, the temperature range is going to be in the 60s with cloudy skies. And like this whole week, we have a high chance of rain and thunderstorms. So hopefully you have your umbrella and rain protective gear. Rain shouldn't clear up until Thursday, but even though we still have a very low chance of rain. That's it for today, Tim Review. Back to you.
And still the memory's right there. She put the breeze in my hair. No kiss was softer than this. I'm reading her lips. Oh, each line I read. She left her books in my bed and her song in my head. I've been undone. Oh, Saturday sun, I met someone out on the West Coast. I gotta get back, I can't let this go. Oh, Saturday sun, I met someone, don't care what it costs. No ray of sunlight's ever lost. Sun, I met someone out on the West Coast. I gotta get back, I can't let this go. Saturday sun, I met someone, don't care what it costs. No ray of sunlight.
That's it for tonight's review.
Keep looking up,
Because that's where it all is.
Oh, Saturday sun.